They're assuming though, if you did have poles and conduits and we're assessing them, we're advising our towns to put money in the overlay just in case that they're gonna be abatements, we're sure. Just in case the court overrules and changes it back and you have to give the money back. But I don't know if you have any poles or conduits.
Do we have any?
Or you might want to check with Mark to find out.
I can't say for certain, but
okay.
I don't think there's utilities.
You might want to just check with him to see. And then he would give you the assessed value, and we're just telling our towns to protect themselves. Some towns have a lot of money.
Yeah.
That if it does get overturned in the abatement process, that they're going to have to come up with the money. So kind of protect yourself.
Yes, sir.
You said there was a 500,000 balance?
No. I had misquoted that. It's actually 290.
What was the 500,000 that you were just speaking of? Of taking money for the roads out of?
Yeah, out of our account, and what she said that was not the right figure that she gave us.
It's called the unreserved fund balance.
Right, and that's not 500, it's 290?
Right.
Now it's 290.
Well, if I may, in Wakefield, because you're talking about if students come in.
Yeah.
They're stating that if a child comes in that's special ed,
Yeah.
that can cost you 100,000 in 1 year.
Yeah.
They've had a child that cost them 200,000 in 1 year.
Yeah.
So I'd be kind of think twice about whether you want to take money out of that for roads.
Yeah. I thought at first it was 500, but
okay.
it's less than
It's
that.
not
Well,
Thank you
less
for
than
that.
that, I would definitely think twice.
290. Yeah.
Plus a little bit more.
Well,
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll look at the budget when it comes in. So. Okay. All right. Anything else?
I have nothing. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I don't.
No.
Anything? No.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
It was nice to see you.
Nice. Okay, Sandy. I hope we didn't just take all your thunder away in our public input and so forth in our reports, but
Oh, I didn't hear it.
you just go ahead and
I wasn't here.
say
so
whatever you wanted to say.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Today, our census is 103. We have 7 Medicare residents, 20 private pay residents, and 76 Medicaid residents. The move yesterday, the whole week has been surreal. And I want to thank the commissioners for all of their work and support over the past year, months. The staff, it was certainly well worth planning. Volunteers, we had 54 volunteers yesterday. Department of Corrections again helped us this past week as far as a lot of the resident boxes move. Everything went well, went like clockwork. And if we sat last night trying to probably just think back of, take it all in and say, okay, what could we have done differently? And I'm not sure that we could have. The residents were left the nursing home at 9 o'clock, some under their own power, some under the power of volunteers, and some came via the bus. They were in the facility within an hour and 15 minutes. And then it was, oh my goodness, the rooms aren't ready, because at the same time the movers were moving us. We had staff and volunteers in every area of the facility making beds, making sure that boxes went appropriate to appropriate places. And we were truly, the residents were up and tucked in or out in their living areas by 1:30 yesterday afternoon. Last night I made rounds, and again, first thing this morning making rounds. Residents were some in their house coats, having dining in their dining area, smiles on their faces. Sure, I think that there are 1 or 2 residents that are having some transition problems, and again, that's to be expected. And I expected more of that, and maybe we will see that for the next few days to weeks to come. But I will say that it's been quite an experience. I also have to excuse my attire today because this is a roll-up-your-sleeve work day for all of us. And I think now the hard work is, the whole adjustment and making sure that all of our plans are put into place. But again, I thank everyone for all of their hard work. We are encouraging residents, families, staff. I'm sure there are going to be some bugs or some kinks that we need to work out, and to bring them forward as immediately as they know about them or they think about them, so we can all work, and because we want to make sure that we're very proactive as far as that's concerned. I received a call, and I've been talking with Jonathan McCosh from the Bureau of Elderly and Adult Services. His department in the state does the rate setting and auditing. He's the administrator of that division. And maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, we talked about when we were going to be building, our rate could change. Mm-hmm. So basically now we're going to have to look at all of our capital expenditures, submit documentation similar to that we would be submitting to the Certificate of Need Board. And basically we will hopefully have an increase in our daily rate come January. Again, a lot of it's paper trail, and then they will be doing on-site visits. So, but again, that's a very positive thing.
And you know how to get a hold of all that information?
Yep.
You're all set on
Yes,
that?
I do, so far. And if I have questions between Paula and Kathy, we'll work it out. As far as our license, I received a call yesterday. Our license number has changed for our nursing home. That is not our provider license number for the Medicare. It's our state license, so it shouldn't affect anything. It had to happen because of our address change. The computer couldn't take it any other way. A special thank you to those that really went above and beyond as far as working on our license, and that is Adam Riley, Dave Senical, and I did put a call into Representative Babson to assist as far as the State Fire Marshal's office. Because of cuts and what have you, that can be a slow process, and we wanted to make sure the timing was right, and he assisted with a call, and that was wonderful. So, again, a lot has happened over the past week. You know, the ribbon cutting, the office move, the residents move. It's been a busy time, but everyone has handled it well.
Mm-hmm. I signed a 99% completion of the new nursing home. Mm-hmm. Our insurance is in effect. We picked that up, I think, Monday. Mm-hmm. So we should be all set.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Something else I was going to mention.
While he's thinking, I didn't notice on Saturday, he's had other things going. Do you happen to know if Susan Palminteri, the woman who led us through the CON process?
I didn't see her. I didn't see her.
I didn't see her there either.
Okay.
How many volunteers do you have for the move? Did they all show up?
Oh, they actually did. We had 54 volunteers. And we had other people calling us. I think through this whole process, the support that the county, and no matter what level, whether they be families, whether it be friends of residents, whether they're just community members, and everyone wanted to help. So I will say that we said at one point we have enough volunteers, but all of those hands made the work just enjoyable, and it went like clockwork.
It was well organized. Yeah, I think it was a team effort.
Absolutely.
And I think Don Litchko should be given a lot of credit for the organization of it.
Absolutely.
I mean, he met several times with department heads and made sure everything was properly identified and so forth. And I don't know if you knew, but he's going to Portland today to see a surgeon, be operated on tomorrow. I did call him last night after you called me. Mm-hmm. So he's hoping to be back home on Friday, if at all possible.
Great.
So I told him we would help in whatever way we could.
We kept him abreast during the day yesterday of what was happening in the move, and in true fashion, and such a kind man, he wasn't concerned about his injury. What he was concerned about is letting us down. And I said, no, we feel badly. So
He was in the process of thanking some of the inmates when it happened. I mean, that's the type of guy he is. So, okay, thank you very much, Sandy. You got anything else?
Yes, I do. I have a cell phone. I don't mean to do this in public, but there are a few things that were left at the nursing home when this is Commissioner Solomon's cell phone that was left there.
Thank you.
There you go.
Telephone?
Oh, how did you survive?
Thank you so much.
What's the rate now?
Same.
Any questions of
We can't change
Sandy?
rates.
Public?
Was yesterday filmed, so we can
No.
watch it?
It wasn't filmed, but
Oh,
we
no,
had-
yesterday, I'm sorry. Saturday?
Sandy, Ed wanted to explain why it wasn't filmed, Sandy, like what you told me? I asked you
Well,
if it was
the
going to be
mission
filmed.
statement for GovernmentOversite.com is to watch government, not promote it. That in no way should be taken as a negative toward the nursing home. But on a positive to the nursing home, I would be very comfortable if, God forbid, my mom did move here and needed to go into a nursing home, she would be impressed. I spoke to almost all of your people, and they were professional, and I mentioned ideas, you know, like using transponders on the patients, and they were like, no, that's not dignified, and I didn't know how they could figure out how people were all being fed, and they explained what they did, and I'd be very, and that's a very positive statement that you'd be comfortable having your own mother go there. So
Thank you.
It's very, very good facility.
Thanks. We had a lot of photographs taken,
Good.
both
Okay.
of both
Yeah.
events, but not of
Leaving and coming.
and as well as the ribbon cutting. But,
Okay.
make sure they.
Any other questions? Yes.
What's the rate, the number that we have right now?
The rate of
The
the,
reimbursement?
it's our private pay rate is $262 a day.
Yeah.
Our reimbursement by Medicaid is $155 a day.
Oh, and one more thing, not to rain on the great parade. We had Marge Webster in here. I don't know if you were in the room.
No, was it?
But Marge Webster came in and she talked about morale issues at the home, not at the home, but in the county in general. And it looked like it caught the commissioners by surprise. I'm just wondering if that's something that you've noticed.
What I have seen as far as working toward a common goal is our staff is pumped. They're pumped, nervous but pumped. They're doing a wonderful job. We work for the residents. In many ways we're isolated in regard to what we do in the home, but we've worked for. There have been some staff members that have been in the nursing home for 20 years. And yesterday, prior to the move, I was there quite early, and I was talking to a staff member, and they said to me, "This is a sort of a mixed blessing." And I said, "How is that?" And they said, "We've been here for 20 years. This is all a feeling of a loss. Yet we're so excited." And these for residents and staff that have worked so long for this new home, there's just such excitement over there. I don't know what the morale, what we're talking about in that point, Damon, but I will tell you that what I saw today, what I saw yesterday, and what I've seen over the past, weeks is nothing but excitement and moving forward.
She didn't give any details. It was just a very kind of out of the blue sort of announcement.
No. So I'm sorry, I can't
Okay.
comment on that.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Sandy. Check, see if Jason's out there, Sandy,
I will do
please.
that, yep.
What I wanted to say, I forgot to tell Marge Webster. I asked her, she said, employees coming to her about issues. And then I asked her why are they not coming to the Board of Commissioners, and she said they don't feel comfortable. I don't know, there are maybe certain employees. I do want to say I have a lot of employees contacting me in private, they're calling me or emailing me about certain issues.
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I sliced it yesterday with a knife.
good idea. That's a good idea.
Hasn't.
Passing out this sheet, we met with the secretary here a week or so ago, and to help with our minutes, each department head that gives